Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because we learn and we grow together. With that being said, y'all, let's get started. We are looking at Tesla, and as you can see, y'all, we closed at 248.09. We made a high of 254.33 yesterday after hours. That's interesting to see that 254 only to get rejected, and y'all see what happened. It brought us back down under this level of what, 245. Okay, 245. We are under that 245 level. There's a lot of support in that area. So for us to break that, it's really interesting, right? We came down to this level here. I had marked at the 242.66, and as you can see, look, we've been at this place here before on yesterday, only to come back to this area again. So it looks like the 5 and 50 wants to cross to the downside for Tesla. So we may be heading down. However, I say so often, y'all, in the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Let's go look and see where our trouble places are as of right now. Above 246.55, we could possibly say we may have trouble around the 247.10 area, and if we should break that, you can see here we have trouble possibly around 33, and if we should break that, 249.05, and breaking that to the upside, 249.65. Now if we break that 249.65, y'all know we can come back to the 250.51, breaking that level again. We could possibly have trouble 251.07, and if we should break that, you see the ATR trailing stop here is around 251.80, and again another trouble place here around 252.18. So these are our resistance areas for as of right now. For Tesla, again, anything is possible. Now back to the downside, you see we're right here kind of like finding support. No, looks like we're declining at this 244.84 level as of right now. And again, something stopped us in this area, so this could be a support place for us. So we definitely need to watch that. 244.78, breaking that level brings us back. See how the price just bounced right there really quick. Why? Because we've been there before. Watch the levels, right? So again, under 244, we could very well come back down to the 243.50, breaking that back to 242.66, and if we should break that, 241.85, breaking that level, we can have trouble around or support around the 240.72, and if we should break that, 239.49, breaking that, 238.19 or 238.27. Now breaking that 238.27 area here brings us back to this zone over here. So I would definitely watch Tesla. If we should break under 236.96, we could very well continue declining. So if you're trading Tesla today, Tesla does what it does, let me say that, and we normally exceed the ATR, which is the average true range. And let's go see how much that is for Tesla as of right now. And again, y'all know my daily charts are a little bit congested. So $22.07 is what Tesla normally trades per average on a daily basis. Again, that fluctuates, but as of now, it is in that $22 range. So if you're trading Tesla, I say trade carefully. Let's go look at the SPY today, and y'all know my Tesla charts and my SPY charts are a little bit congested because these are the things that I like to trade daily, let me say that, and I like to know where my trouble places are when I'm in the trade. Now the SPY closed at 558.87. That is interesting to see us at 556.34, considering the move that we made on yesterday, right? So what's interesting is y'all see we are back in this zone here. We knew we could possibly find support, so we need to watch that 556.34. Continuing to the downside, we have 555.61, breaking that. There's a few layers. 555.11. If we break that 555.11, we can come back to 554.16 and breaking that level. Y'all see again, there's a few layers of support here at 553.67. Breaking that, we can come back to around 553.29, and if we should break that level, 552.87 could be a support place, and breaking that brings us back to around the 552 area. Now back to the upside, there's a few layers again that we will definitely need to break. I'm going to see if I can make that a little bit. Well, that didn't help. Let's say, okay, so let's say if we get back above 557.49, we could possibly have trouble 557.97 and breaking that around 558.60. And if we should break that 559, and if we break the 559, 559.23, not far away. What's interesting is all of this support here, or resistance here, let me say that, at the 559.52, breaking that 559.52, we have 559.84, and if we should break that, it brings us back to this ATR trailing stop around the 560.07. So I would definitely watch the SPY if by chance we make it back to the upside at that 560 area, because you know that means we've broken through a few layers of resistance back to the upside. Now I will say that the SPY is an inside day candle for today, so I'll have to kind of like bring this a little closer so that we can see those levels. And inside day candle just means if it breaks this level, then this is the possible target, right? So if by chance we break back above the 563.11, we have 564.02 as the target for the SPY. Now to the downside, under 553.69, downside target today for the SPY is here at the 552.02, which is possible, right? So I say in the market, anything is possible. Let's look at AMD today just to see where we are. We closed at $100.79. And as you see here, we've been trading in this zone, in my opinion. So from this support level of $99.52 and resistance at around $100.14. So if by chance we break the $100.14, we have around $100.45, breaking that level $100.85, and if we should break that $100.23 and breaking that level, we could possibly have resistance at around 101.67, and if we break that 101.67, we could very well come back to the 102.26. So if you're trading AMD today, those are areas to the upside. And now to the downside, under 99.52, we can find support at 99.27, again at 98.97, which is our 200 EMA as of now, not far from the ATR trailing stop and a previous support or resistance line. So we definitely need to watch around that 98.97, 98.79, and again here at 98.64. So there's a few layers of support for AMD there. If we should break that level, we could possibly find support 98.21. Breaking that level, we could find support 97.69, and if we should break that, 97.38 could be a support area, and if we break that, $97 even. So those are your areas for AMD as of right now. To the upside, to the downside, anything is possible, y'all. Let's look at Meta just to see where we are today. We closed at 619.56, and I went back and did some different type of adding some layers of support and resistance for us. Now if by chance it looks like we're trading in this zone here for Meta, support at around 614.55, resistance 617.71. Now back to the upside, if by chance we break that 617.71, we could possibly have trouble again around the 619.62, and as you can see, price has just been at this area right here where the body of these candles are, where we've been in this zone. So breaking this level of 617.71, 619.56 could be a trouble place or resistance area for us, and if we should break that, 622.08, which is not far from this ATR trailing stop here at 622.74. Now breaking that level, we could very well come back to the 626.18, and breaking that takes us back to the 630.17. Breaking the 630.17, we could come back and retest the 633.33 from yesterday. So if you're trading Meta, those are areas to the upside, and that are, your resistance areas. Let's say that. Now to the downside, let's see where we can find support at, again, under the 614.55. We could possibly have trouble again, 612.19. Again here at 610.83, and under that level we could possibly have trouble, 608.31. Breaking that, 604.02, and if we should break that, 601.57, and breaking that 95 599, I said 99, 599.71. So those are your support and resistance areas for Meta. Again, anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed. Let's look at NVIDIA today just to see where we are. We closed at that 115.74. Interesting, right? So this has been our support area, which is that ATR trailing stop here, and a level that we kind of knew. We bounced from there only to get rejected at this high here, 117.22 area. Let's see the high of this candle, 117.19. That's interesting, right? Very close to where we had. So where are the trouble places as of now for NVIDIA? Support is around, we're going to say here at this 115.38. Resistance, we're going to say here at 116.34. So beyond the 116.34, we could possibly get rejected again, 117 or 117.01, 117.22, breaking that. We'll just say around the 117.86, breaking that. We can have trouble, 118.30. We have a lot of resistance to the upside for NVIDIA. Not saying that we still can't break through those areas, but I would definitely, if we break above the 118.53 by chance, we could possibly again have trouble at 119.32. So those are areas to the upside. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under 115.24, it brings us back to this zone here, in my opinion, at the 114.47, which the 50 EMA is in between that. So it could also hold us up at 114.81. So 114.81, and again at 114.51, not far away. Y'all see this ATR trailing stop is at 114.28. That is a support area for us. As you can see, this is where price has been hanging out. So if we lose this area, 114.28, we can come back to 113.77, breaking that level, 113.34, and breaking that brings us back to 112.65. And y'all see that is where our 200 EMA as of now on this 30-minute chart is at the 112.60. So 112.60, 112.65, that's really close, right? So we definitely need to watch that area. If by chance we break that, we can come back to this level of 111.36. So those are your support and resistance areas for NVIDIA. Again, not financial advice, y'all. I say so in the market, anything is possible. This could change at any given moment. Keep that in mind. We do have a few inside day candles for today. Beyond, BYND, is an inside day candle. If by chance it break above $3.37, we have an upside target of $3.42. Now to the downside, under $3.07, we have 304 as the target. DBX or Dropbox is an inside day candle, and as you can see, we have already that was yesterday. Today's a new day, right? So to the upside, if by chance we break above 25.78, upside target 25.96. Downside under 25.21, we have a downside target of 25.14, and it looks as if we have already reached that downside target. So can it continue declining? It very well can. Let's see how much DBX or Dropbox normally moves. About $1.15 per day. That is the ATR, or the average true range. So if you trade DBX, trade carefully. EQT is also an inside day candle, as you can see here. Looks like if we break to the upside above $50.03, we have $50.20 as the target. To the downside, we have already broken through that trigger pre-market. Under 48.26 gives us a downside target of 47.86. So if you trade EQT, it is an inside day candle. I say trade carefully. GM is also an inside day candle. If you trade General Motors, if by chance we break above $48.76, we have 48.83 as the target. Now to the downside, under 46.91 gives us 46.01 as the target. So GM is an inside day candle. Macy's is next on our list as inside day candles for today. Above 14.04, we have a target of 14.08, not far away, as a target. Now to the downside, under 13.66, you see 13.56 as the target. And y'all know I say anything is possible. So if you're trading Macy's today, or M, it is an inside day candle. MOS is an inside day candle, which the target is if it breaks to 25.12, we have 25.12 as the target. Not far away, right? Now, to the downside, under 24.58, we have 24.39. So MOS is an inside day candle. Let's see how much it normally moves per day. Only $1.03. And again, that could be in either direction. So if you trade MOS, it is an inside day candle for today. And I do believe that's all that we have. No, Zillow is an inside day candle. Also above $72 and let's say 49 cents. We have an upside target of $73.11 now. To the downside, under $70.36. Downside target, $69.52. Zillow is an inside day candle. So if you trade that, trade carefully. We have another one, Zoom or ZM. If by chance we break above 74.70, 74.89 is the target. To the downside, under 72.71, under 72.75, we have 72.71 as the downside target for ZM or Zoom. So if you trade any of these, I look at inside day candles to help build my watch list and give possible price targets. So if you trade any of those, I say trade carefully. Microsoft is also an inside day candle for today. If by chance we break above 385.34, we have an upside target of 386.11. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under 378.83, downside target for Microsoft 376.78. It is an inside day candle for today. I say trade carefully. So these are what I look at. This is what I look at when I look at the market or when I see the market, y'all. There's so much, so many different ways to make money in the market, and what's challenging sometimes is trying to figure out what way works best for you. And it's just repetition, going studying the charts, identifying your trouble places, making sure that you can identify your trouble places, and then having the discipline to execute your plan. I always say that once it goes against your why, get out. Live to trade another day. Make sure you set your stop losses or whatever it is that you choose to use. Make sure that you have the discipline to execute that, y'all. I hope that everyone have a very, very profitable and a very productive day today. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.